What's up YouTube, Fuzz here bringing you more Star Ocean 4, The Last Hope today here on PS4. So we've made our way through the Purgatorium. It's been a fairly fun journey, somewhat complicated at times, and we've made our way to the final area here where the last boss of this dungeon is going to await us. What I have done, just as a heads up, is just made my way back out of the dungeon in order to refresh the light ring so that I could get another charge on it, because there is a chest in this next area once we've taken care of the boss that will require that. However, I did unlock a room previously in the last episode that you didn't need to unlock, and I did warn you about that, so you might not need to recharge your light ring, but just so you know, in case you're coming from that episode to this and wondered why I have that light charge, that is the reason. So one thing you're going to want to do is have a good solid team for this fight. It is quite a challenging one. You might want to dine up on some of Raimi's food buffs before actually heading in. That could be a bonus. And try and have a good range of characters. So have some ranged, have some melee. You can actually juggle this boss, which is a little bit unusual. Most bosses are immune to that. But also, there is actually a couple of ambushes before the fight itself, meaning it can go on a bit. So make sure, of course, you've used the recovery sphere and saved. But also try and use characters that have the convert skill, along with perhaps auto healing to cancel their constant drain of health during that, just so you can keep your powerful attacks incoming, etc, etc. So I'm going to go and prepare here, and then we're going to get started. Right, I think we're good to go here, so let's head through the doorway here, and no doubt we'll have some cutscenes, followed by the boss battle itself.
Sarah!
I have verified her breathing.
Thank goodness. We made it in time.
It's Sari.
I was so scared. I thought she might be dead.
Conscience would come calling if we let her die, wouldn't it?
Welcome to this place, my friends.
You were in Trop.
Have we met somewhere before, then? If that is indeed the case, then what a truly delightful occurrence this is. You must have been brought here by our humble efforts to make Asmodeus's magnificence known throughout the land. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Come, and let us offer our prayers to Asmodeus. We shall witness his resurrection together, and together we shall be destroyed so that a new world may be born.
We're not here to worship Asmodeus. We're here to get our friend.
Friend? Ah, you must mean the lovely young featherfolk.
You are free to worship whatever god, whatever archfiend you please. But only after you've righted your wrongs.
I must confess, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Don't play dumb. We're already aware that you were deliberately spreading the stone sickness in order to foment unrest.
But I ask you, where exactly is the sin in that?
What?
The world is slowly but surely heading on the path to destruction. Our activities merely serve to help it along toward its ultimate destiny. Your friend shall have the honor of becoming that world's cornerstone. Why will you, her friend, not rejoice in the honor she has been granted? I do not understand you.
Nonsense! The destruction of the world? Give me a break! That's not what Sarah wants!
My. You speak foolishness, my son. That is exactly what she wants. I know it to be true. Yes, I know very well. Even if she may not, I know it.
Mr. Edge, what is this man? What is this creature that stands before us?
Taking this form allowed me to truly understand. The appetite of human beings is insatiable. Humans are never satisfied with what they have for very long. They endlessly seek new and exotic pleasures. But the reality of this world is not conducive to supporting such an appetite. It has limits, you know. Thus, you see, I am unsatisfied. Land, glory, money, no matter how much I acquire. I'm afraid I've completely exhausted the world's resources of such things. But still I want more. More. Yes, even if my mortal body should decay and burn. Now you'll see just how insatiable the human appetite really is.
You bastard. You miserable bastard. You'd kill Sarah for something so stupid? Everyone who lives on this planet? Your entire world?
So, this is Edge's power. The power of the Muwa within him.
Such heat.
Right. So beautiful.
People, it's time! Edge! I may be insignificant, but now I've found something I'm capable of, and I'm going to see it through! Roak doesn't want this kind of death. We're stopping this resurrection, and we're getting Sarah back!
Yes!
Very well. For the sake of a glorious new world, I bestow upon thee destruction.
Let's go!
Right, so here we go, entering our battle, our boss battle with Tamiel. But before the boss himself actually shows up, we have to make our way through a couple of ambushes of regular enemies. And as you can see, they are going to start afflicting us with various status ailments. And I do recommend you get rid of these as soon as possible, really. The reason for that is that this battle can go on a little bit. So the sooner you can get rid of these status ailments, then the less toll they're going to take on you. And I'm just going to go around here, hopefully get through these first two battles as quickly as possible. That's going to help big time. The reason for that is then we're going to get thrust into the boss itself. I want to be in pretty good shape when he does in fact appear. So try and keep as much MP and health until the real fight itself actually starts. And one thing you're going to notice as well is that the boss is going to be bringing in lots of these ads throughout the fight. So you might want to cast Void, and the reason for that is Void will remove any of the support buffs that are cast on the enemies here. And that can be a big help as well, because they do actually make quite a big difference. Now, I'm not using Limmel at the moment, so I can bring them into the party. But I'm not going to worry about it too much. Because I've also gone ahead and powered up my party by grinding, I did a video on that before entering this dungeon, I'm hoping this fight shouldn't be too challenging. Now, remember, you might as well also want to use Phase and use him to finish off the encounter. And watch out for this pink beam, because it's absolutely lethal. As you can see there, it does a lot of damage to whoever it manages to hit. So at that point, you might even want to go ahead and stick to ranged attacks as opposed to melee attacks. So we'll just go ahead and remove some of the silence effects here, especially off Raimi, because Raimi is one of my major damage dealers at the moment. And we're just going to try and keep her healed up, as hopefully out of the party members will be able to finish the fight at this point. So I'll just throw a few potions around this place. And he's down. So if you come into this fight somewhat unprepared, it's going to be a lot harder than you've just witnessed. Especially in terms of levels and stuff. Oh, we have to actually kill the ads as well, even after the boss is killed. There we go. So yeah, if you're underleveled, or if you haven't powered up your skills, then you're going to really struggle with this fight. There's just no two ways about it, unfortunately. So if you are going to struggle, if you are not being able to take this guy down, then don't forget you got the recovery sphere and the save sphere just before this fight. So make use of those. Get some blue or green, or a mixture of both, tiles on the bonus board, and just power up your party as much as possible. Having the extra health from the health boost, the HP boost skill, battle skill, is a big bonus as well. Just due to the amount of damage that's incoming. That's why 3 of my 4 characters have close to 20,000 hit points here. And you can also purchase that in Trop if you don't have it for whatever reason.
I beg your forgiveness, great Asmodeus. I was not worthy enough. My greed prevented your resurrection. But I beseech you, almighty Archfiend, bring to these people their destruction, and bless them in your beautiful new world.
What did that man truly want?
I really have no idea, but he stayed a zealot to his god until the very end. Almost like... Sarah.
Edge? Oh, and everyone else. Good morning, everyone.
Sorry. Thank goodness.
But why am I... Oh, yes. Now I remember. I suddenly had guests come to visit me through my window. I thought I would go and make them some tea, but then... Yes, that's right. They took me away somewhere. Goodness gracious, I wasn't expecting that at all.
You're not hurt, are you?
I'm fine. I was asleep, so I'm not quite certain what happened next. But it seems that you've all come down here to rescue me? I'm so grateful for your help. I really can't thank you enough.
What?
I take it you had a chance to talk to Miss Elena, huh? You look just a little better, you know? Yes, I'm so glad.
Sarah. Thank you. Thank you. I know. I didn't screw up this time. You...
Sorry, that emo-ness from Edge then. I didn't screw up this time. Sorry, that just cracked me up. That was hilarious. Oh, what's FaZe up to? Maybe he's found a nice place for us to all have a picnic.
Hey! FaZe!
Over here, Kay. Sari's safe.
Come on, hurry!
Yes, I'll be there in a moment. Oh, and by the way, there was nothing over here. Nothing. At all.
Okay then, so after that strangeness with FaZe there, we get a little bit of dialogue before having control returned to us. Okay, so after the fight then, I was mistaken. The chest in this room has a light barrier and not a dark barrier. So you can't open that one yet, and there's nothing else to do in here. So what we do need to do now is just start making our way back out towards the exit. I'm not going to bother using an item to heal the poison effects, since we do of course have that beautiful recovery sphere. Just as we start to make our way back out of the dungeon. And yes, we do have to run out manually. You can save if you want to. But fortunately, because we have gone ahead and solved all the puzzles and everything, it's not really that, much of a trek to get back out of this place. Just as I say, make sure you do stop by the recovery sphere just to heal up. You might very well still enter enemy encounters. Some of them can be tricky to avoid as you run to the exit here. Some of the passages and corridors are quite narrow, and if you're sprinting as I am, it can be hard to avoid absolutely everything. But just follow the path that I take here, and you'll get out in no time at all, trust me on that. Let's just check that we are going the right way. It seems we are, so we want to go south. The map is actually a little bit confusing because it does have these open sections which look like there's nothing there in terms of footpaths and stuff. But obviously there very much is. Otherwise we'd be stuck in here forever. Okay. And I do actually like the music in this place. There's just something about it. It's very nostalgic, I find. Perhaps because it's got like the church choir singing. And I've no idea what they're singing about. But just the actual style of the music is... It's just, as I say, really nostalgic. I don't know why that is, but I do like it. So we're going... And it's very fitting for this place, isn't it? Very fitting indeed. We don't actually want to come in here. We want to head over to the exit. Yeah, we want to head up north then, and we can see some at the top. It's a bit of a lengthy floor, this one, unfortunately. So you might run into a few enemies as you traverse it. Ooh, that was close. You don't even have to avoid them, of course. I mean, all the experience and what have you that you'll be getting from them is not going to go to waste, is it? So, for the sake of the recording, as far as I'm concerned, it's easy for me to avoid enemies. Otherwise, I have to edit all the battles out later on. And here we are on the final floor. And try and make our way through. There we go. Okay. And if you haven't already, make sure you recharge your light ring. There's actually 3 things we can get with the light ring outside of this dungeon. So when you pop out, pop back in and recharge it if there was nothing on the way out. Or you can literally recharge it as you're running out if there was anything left for you to use to do that.
It feels like so long since I've seen the sky.
Yeah, I know what you mean. There's something that I need to tell everyone. I have to head back to Trop and let Miss Elena know that Mr. Asmodeus wasn't resurrected after all. Thank you all so much for everything you've done for me. Well then, see you later! What? I didn't even get to say goodbye.
Sari, she just left us. Sari!
That was a little anticlimactic.
I guess it is just like her, but yeah, I'll miss her. And Elena, she really helped us out, didn't she?
Yeah.
You know, I always hated myself for being different. I couldn't stand what had been done to me. I don't feel like I'm totally past it yet, but I do feel a little more comfortable with myself now. Elena's encouragement definitely helped, but more than anything else, it was because the light from your crest was so warm.
My crest.
Just be the edge you've always been, always moving forward. As long as you can do that, I know your crest will keep on shining forever. And I'll stand with you in that light, and keep on shining myself. You and me. Forever.
Yeah.
What's wrong, Vase?
Hmm?
Huh?
Is something the matter, Limmel?
Vase, there's something weird with you, Kay?
It's your imagination.
What was that?
A message from Welch. Return to the Calnus immediately.
Did something happen?
I don't know. Let's get moving.
Right, so our next destination is in mind then, and that is the Calnus. But before we actually go racing back, there's actually no real need to do so. There's a few of the bits that we can get on with, and what you're going to want to do is make the most of the new light ring that we've got. So it's very important, guys, that you do have a charge before leaving this dungeon. Otherwise, you're going to be having to run all the way back in order to get one, and we're going to have to do that anyway, unfortunately. So we don't want to do it more than we have to. That's because there's 3 dark chests now on this planet that we can access. 2 of them are going to be located in Trop. So with a light charge, we're going to just run back through the cave to the Purgatorium. But in this case, it's really the cave to Trop because that's where we're going. And then we're going to go ahead and access the first of the 2 chests. So hopefully you know the way back by now. It's just over here. I might as well show you now since we're so close. But we are going to have to run back twice more, unfortunately, to recharge this ring. But hey, if you want to complete everything, get all the chests, etc., then that's just the way it's going to have to be, isn't it? So we're going to start by heading around here. All the way around. And then I believe the chest is just located up here, yep. There's nothing terribly exciting in this particular chest. Ah, I actually got the chests confused. This one's got the skill manual in, but it's still not that exciting because Augury is not usable by any of our current party members. So we still want to get it though. That was, you see the chest that's just like centre north? That's the one I thought we was going for then. So we will have to go back and recharge the ring at the dungeon. Didn't take that long to get here though, did it? So I'll go and do that and be right back with you. Okay, so to get to the second chest here, I've got the light ring recharge now. It is actually quite annoying, that trek, isn't it? We have to go down here, back to the dungeon there, especially because we have to go to the second floor of the dungeon in order to recharge the thing. Okay, so here's the actual chest. We'll go ahead and loot this. We've actually got a choice now, because there are 2 more chests to open. The dragon scale, by the way, is used in some high-level recipes. You do want to get this one. The chest, the third chest, and the only other chest that's located on this planet of Roak, is actually in Astral City. Now, we will be able to recharge the ring in Tatroy for 3,000 Fol. And that makes sense because we have to go through Tatroy, of course, to get to Astral City. So you might not want to spend 3,000 Fol, in which case you are going to need to stop off at the Cave of the Purgatorium. So not the cave, sorry, the Dungeon of the Purgatorium in order to recharge again on the way back to Tatroy. However, also bear in mind that there's another dark treasure chest located on what's the other planet that we're going to next? I've completely lost my mind. It's the one that we started off on earlier in the game. Anyway, Eros, is it? Or Aos? Aos. Anyway, there's a dark chest there, and since it's not easy to get back to the cave, or it's not the cave, it's in the cave, the dungeon of Purgatorium, from the Caunus, or once we've gone ahead and unlocked the chest in Astral City, you are going to want to spend 3,000 fol, I should think, at that point. So just bear that in mind, that you are already going to be spending 3,000 fol. So it's up to you whether you want to spend 6,000. I ain't bothered, to be honest. I've got like 461k. So 6,000 fol isn't going to be a big deal to me. So I'm just going to go straight back to Tatroy City, and I'll show you where you can recharge the ring. Okay, here I am then back in Tatroy. So from the entrance, we're just going to head up over here to the north. And it's this person that we want to speak to. This is the Suspicious Psychokineticist, and the Suspicious Psychokineticist has the ability to recharge our rings. For a price, of course, isn't there always? So we're going to go ahead here and spend the 3,000 fol necessary to recharge the light ring. And since we're here as well, I'm going to go ahead and recharge the earth ring since I have 0 charges on that. And now we're going to make our way over to Astral City in order to grab the 3rd chest. And I'm not going to show you in the video because it'll just be about backtracking. But once we've grabbed the next chest, I'm going to show you getting the chest, you know where it is, but I mean the next bit I'm not going to show you. Which is just going to be me explaining to you to recharge the light ring, because as I say, there will be another chest to open on Aos a little bit later on. But I'm sure you guys can manage that. Right then, so I just want to make sure that we're going to go ahead here and get to the right place. We want to head into the residence. I need to find it first. Very simple then, actually. So the residence is this area right down the bottom of the city here. We're going to go and enter inside. And the chest is just over to the east. There it is. So you might have seen it before, but obviously you wouldn't have been able to open it until this point. And there we go. All 3 chests, and the Earthlight Mail is pretty nice, by the way. All 3 chests, dark chests on this planet, have now been opened. There is one on the next planet, as I've mentioned multiple times, so make sure you recharge that light ring back at Tatroy, or if you don't want to spend 3,000 fol, then have fun running back to the Purgatorium. There will actually be a skill later on, by the way. I don't want to go too much into spoilers as to what's coming up, but there will be a skill later on that will allow you to recharge your light rings as well. Not just your light rings, sorry, but all your disintegration rings. Alright then folks, well that's going to be it for me for today, so thanks for stopping by and joining. I hope you've enjoyed watching. If you have, don't forget to leave a like, and do come back and join us again soon as we continue on with Star Ocean: The Last Hope. Goodbye.